So most of you people know what I do. I do personal training. But in my personal training business, one of the things I do is I teach self-defense, because in all the years I've been in the business, I've seen a lot of abuse in people's lives, people's families, and so forth. And it's something that's very passionate to my heart, because I've seen so many of the downsides after I have consultations with people in this situation like this that happens to people. It stays with them forever. It's deep in their life, and they live their life because of what's happened to them. So what we're going to do today, because both when I do self-defense classes, they're long and we only have 10 minutes, so I'm just going to show some basic demonstrations, some little simple things that I teach people. And the bottom line is anybody can do this stuff. It's simple. The bottom line is to learn it, practice it, and be comfortable and be knowledgeable and know that any time that you can do these things, okay? So I'm going to do some real simple things. I don't need this mic, so we can put this where it's nice and sweet. So Bib's going to be my assistant, okay? So real simple things. People got to understand, self-defense is about body language. More importantly, it's about your voice. The biggest mistake people make is they don't know how to use their voice properly. What do you think is your number one deterrent? If you had a situation, what would be the number one thing you would use as a
Screen, yeah.
Your voice, right? But most people don't have voices because they don't know how to use their voice, because they speak shallow, what we call shallow, instead of from their diaphragm. Viv has got a strong voice, and that's why I asked her to be my assistant today, because that's what it's about. When it comes to self-defense, it's not just about moving your body, it's about use your voice, because what you're doing is you're trying to create an atmosphere where people hear what you're doing, what the situation is, and they come to your rescue beyond what you're doing, okay? So we're just going to do some real simple things. So if I come up and I address Viv, I'm going to grab her, she's going to break, and then she's going to strike. And it's a real simple thing. No, I'm going to do the front first. We did this yesterday at her place, so sometimes the key is that you got to practice this, guys, over and over again so you get comfortable with it. Because if you hesitate, as I always tell people, whoever moves first wins. If you wait, then you get yourself in a situation, then you're in trouble. Okay, so if I grab her, she's going to break my grip, and then she's going to strike. Number one soft target is what we call the groin. Okay, real simple. You don't forget this. You always go to the soft targets because that's what it's about. Too many people get caught up in doing martial arts and they think it's all going to be about different kinds of strikes and things like that. No. Because if you're not good at what you do, you'll end up getting hurt and they'll take advantage of it, and then you'll have a lot of problems. The bottom line is you go after soft targets. So number one is groin. Okay? And number two is eyes. So you can use your thumb, you can use your finger, but the idea is you're trying to affect their vision. Because if you affect their vision, it gives you enough time to get away. More importantly, it's about being safe, and that's the only way you're going to do it, by affecting the vision and their control of what's going on. The bottom line is what you're doing is you're taking away their power because you're controlling your power. Okay, so we're going to do two simple strikes that I teach my clients, and one of them is what we just call push kick. If somebody's coming towards you, and again, you're trying to keep these people away from you. You don't want people to touch you because it's not in their position to be in your space. If you want to keep them out of your space, this is basically what you do. Okay, so we're just going to do what's called a push kick. It's just a matter of keeping them distant from you before it goes on to something even closer. So she's going to come toward, I'm going to be coming towards her. She's going to push me away by pushing. You ready? Push. Good. Go hard. Good. Push. Good. There you go. Okay. Two more.
Get away!
One more time.
Get away!
Okay. And the idea is, again, it's not about her striking, it's her voice too as well. Because the other bottom line is you use your voice to intimidate the person in the situation. Because I always use the best example. When people play tennis, you ever watch professional tennis players play? What do they do? Why do they do that? It empowers them. And it intimidates their opponent. It's really that simple, guys. So use your voice, okay? How do you get good at use your voice? Practice, okay? Okay, so another situation. Yeah. So another situation, if it was closer to me, now she's going to use another leverage part of her body, which is instead of her foot, because she's closer, she can't kick me, she's going to use her knee. Same thing. She's going for the soft target. You ready? Come in and go! One more. Good. So this again, what is she doing? She's still striking the soft target. Okay? Real simple thing, guys. The bottom line is, again, I don't care who this is, if it's a male or a female, you're not there to get into a situation where if you're going to lose, then you got serious problems. You go for soft target strikes, and that's really the bottom line. If you keep it simple and you don't forget these things, you practice them, again, over and over and over again. Okay, so now we're going to do one more type of movement. This is if I'm coming from behind her. Now, a lot of this has to do with movement again of body. They need to understand when you're doing this, they don't know what's going to happen next. They think they have control. They're the bigger, they're the stronger person or whatever, right? Bottom line is you got to get them off balance by the movements that you're doing. Again, what is she doing? She's going to be moving fast, throw me off balance. At the same time, what is she doing? She's going again for the soft target. What is the soft target? The groin. Okay? All right, so if I'm going to come and grab her from behind, like this, what most people would normally do is they try to push me away, right? Because you're trying to get away from the person. You don't do that. You pull them in because you want to control them by using your weight. So what she's going to do is she's going to pull me in. She's going to drop her legs out. She's going to switch. She's going to come. She's going to hit the groin. She's going to come around, grab the back of my head, and throw the groin. And at this point, no matter this, is one thing people tell me all the time. If you're taller, they think, well, I can't get him because he's too tall. Once she hits the groin, what do?
Bend over.
You cover up. So your face and your chin is down. Boom. So let's try it again. Turn around. So I grab her from behind. She pulls me in. Her legs go wide. She drops. She throws my balance off. She hits the groin. She comes all the way around, right back. My head, knee. Again. Good. Good. Okay. Simple thing.
Yeah.
The bottom line is you got to throw them off balance. Right? My classes go way over an hour. We only have 10 minutes, so I just want to do this real simple. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anything?
Wow.
All questions?
Is it weekly?
Hey, there's still a,
Please.
On the first part, you feel good. Plenty of time.
Please.
Statistically, how often do your clients, let's say if they have been attacked and you know, or you know of studies where someone has defense classes, they practice using their voice, but how often do they freeze in a real situation? I mean, how often?
Too many times, because the problem again is they don't practice. See guys, the thing about this is like anything else in life. Repetition is the mother of learning, right? The more you do, the better you get at it. So how do my clients and people that like these classes for how they get good at it? They practice. Either they practice with me, or I teach them the skills and they use them and they do them over and over again. But it's like anything else in life. The more you do, the better you get at it, right? You can't hesitate, because what happens is natural thing that happens with people in general, they freeze. Once you freeze, you've now given the power away to the opponent, to the perpetrator. And the bottom line is you don't want that to happen, so you have to be in control. Okay? Give you one real quick example. I did a consultation for a group. I did a group of women up in the Hollywood Hills a couple of months ago. One of the girls in my class, she'd been attacked twice in 1 year. Once when she was in New York, Manhattan, like walking in the high-rise downtown, the shadows, people are then concealed at that point. People don't see them, and that's all it takes. A lot of it's about awareness too. One of the things I teach about is also about awareness. You've got to be aware of your surroundings. Simple fact. Most people get off work at night, they go to their car. What do?
Check their phone.
Right. They get in their car and they get on their phone. They check their phone. No. You drive away, because the perpetrator has been watching you, and they've been watching you for possibly weeks, if not months, and that's how they strike. You cannot put yourself in a situation where at this point, then they can take control of your situation that you're in, right? So at that point, you don't want to be a weak target, you want to be a strong target. So you don't stay in that position. You drive away, and then you get on your phone things later. Because you can't be distracted. You got to pay attention to your surroundings at all times. If something doesn't seem right, because people have intuition, use it, because it really saves people's lives. So anyway, so back to what I was saying. So then the girl that she was in Paris, France. Same thing. She got attacked in the trainway there. Bottom line is, in both cases, could have been prevented if she would have paid attention to her surroundings. But she wasn't paying attention because she was distracted, because she was on the phone, or whatever. It doesn't matter. You've got to be aware of your surroundings. Okay? Any other questions, please? Please.
So what other services do you offer besides self-defense? Like, what if somebody wants to get in shape?
Well, that's what I do. I've been been doing this for going on almost 40 years now. I've been teaching people. I do it all private. I show up in people's homes at 4 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. And the key here is convenience. Everybody's busy. We're talking about time is the number one commodity. Time is important, so you got to be able to use your time to your advantage. So if I keep it simple for people where they can do something and they can be consistent with it, they're going to get some benefit out of it. It's going to make a big difference in their life in the long term. So, yeah. Lifestyle, guys. It's all about lifestyle.
Great. So how long do you have to do the course for, to just get efficient? Usually, like, how long is the first course? Like,
One class we did. I've had, a lot of, like, ends up happening is like kids still the first year of college, and before they go away, we do a class with their children.
one class?
Right, one class, and then they'll text me or whatever, and they'll tell me a situation where they got into a situation in the dormitory or something, or, somebody confronted whatever, and there was things that they were able to do that made a difference. And once you feel confident about it, it just empowers you to make you feel confident, know that anything in the situation, because again, this is a tool, this is all this is. It's a tool to use, so you're not, hesitant and you don't forget. Thank you, guys.